Hello, I'm Stephen Monkey Mason. Jamapel Zibaba Paul is on the other line as well, as long as Mr. Carl, Mr. Lubo, Carl himself, Yo Dude Carl. We're back for the podcast for Police Academy 2. Their first assignment, not the first assignment, it's a Bernstein thing. And we're about to press play. Paul's about to try and relearn French, aren't you, Paul?
Mm-hmm.
We, from school, because Knockoff Nigel has failed Paul Ray. So I'm going to count down from 3, 2, 1. So this is the first assignment. Their first assignment. How are we, man, Paul?
Not me.
Carl?
Oh, shit, sorry. Main's French, remember?
Still going to have the Warner Brothers jingle.
French, though.
What do you think the French is in techno version? So it kicks off with a tune straight away. Keeping with the blue, shining font. And no rain this time, but same picture. So there's no rain on that.
You get the description again like the first one.
The city is a dangerous place. Simati, but that do what you have that Police Academy of 84. Simati Baba Shudela. We. Aye. So yeah, it starts the same. Starring Steve Guttenberg.
So he's now kind of being thrown as the main character.
Yeah.
First name on the list.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a great start. This is the introduction of Sweet Chuck, who later comes on there. I think all the cast as well, they all get their names. Whoever's returned gets the name big and bold, because Michael Winslow was really far down in the last credits.
Right.
But yeah, look, I mean, this is proper going on the spoof version. I don't think the original was this spoofy, like in this kind of like. Do you know what I mean?
Nah. This isn't really like rated like R or anything like that, is it? So they start getting a little bit less rude than that. I think the first one had it like it took it serious, but it had goofy moment. Whereas this is like a goofy film that has still got the grittiness of it. But I find this looks a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the picture quality on this. It just feels like you could tell it. I mean, it's not exactly years later, but you can tell it looks a little bit nicer.
I love the dog. Woof, woof. I mean, would you break into a shop that had a dog with red eyes going woof, woof?
Not if Clint Eastwood in the window. I'm going to say Clint Eastwood stopped me first.
Clint Eastwood's just appeared, so yeah.
It's like a shutting up shop, isn't it? Yeah.
Them days are long gone, like. I love it if the electric fence comes down in a second.
Yeah.
Beware of killing dogs.
If you get that electric fence, look at the control he had in his hand there. That's like proper Star Trek. And that electric there was obviously special effects, wasn't it? Yeah. Looks like Pee Wee Herman when he walks down the street. I know, right? Never give a burglar an even break. Christ. Can you imagine all in town to be gone?
Now that is a big ass fucking vent. Like, I mean, again though, it shows you how like early on they were trying to do these. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Here's another recurring role in the later one.
Bobcat.
Yep.
No, only credited as Bob at the start of this, not Bobcat. He struggled getting acting jobs, you know, because people thought he talked like this.
Yeah. And obviously Scrooged, wasn't he, with Bill Murray?
I love this woman there. He was also in One Crazy Summer, John Cusack movie, which is absolutely amazing. Now this guy here, he's returning. The other Lestat, he absolutely hates this movie.
Really? What, him or the other one?
Not him, because he's pretty much in all of them, I think. Him there on the left, sitting down.
Yeah, alright, right.
So this introduces Mauser and Proctor in the background. Obviously, the new antagonists. You know, no Lieutenant Harris. The only other film I've ever seen him in is he's in Toys. He's one of the henchmen.
Who, Proctor?
No, Mauser.
Or Moser? Right, yeah.
Along with Jamie Foxx and that, there's some quite small little roles in Toys. The only thing I've seen Proctor in is Loaded Weapon 1.
Loaded Weapon? Yeah, Loaded Weapon, yeah.
When his foot's on fire.
Yeah.
Now, I have seen the other lieutenant in Summit recently from this era, but... Thing is, with Police Academy back in the day, you could never rent them all at once because by the time we were able to rent stuff, there was at least all 6 were out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm watching in French still.
Yeah, like, you know, I don't think I've seen him in anything.
No. I'll try to think there because it seems like that's like kind of the theme of this film. It's like people that you generally recognise and everything else, but
I think Steve Guttenberg was a fan of the guy who plays Mauser because he used to do stand-ups, and I think like he's more the ass-kissing one here, but he is like a Harris.
oh, he totally is the Harris role, but yeah, he's definitely more like I think a little bit like more slimy.
A bit more greasier. Oh, Moser! Oh, you will release the kid of me.
It's a nice little touch there. He's still got eggshell on his back, but again, that goes off how clear he is.
Yeah. It'd be CGI now. I'm joking.
Hey, you never know now. Stupid as shit gets CGI because it's not right.
Yeah. We'd imagine this should go, well, we'll do CGI because if we have to do more than one take, I don't want to have to dry clean each uniform.
I mean, I think they could remake this now, but I think it would be a one-off.
Yeah, I think it might. I don't know if it'd work, but I reckon you could like kind of mix in what Hot Fuzz was with this. I reckon if you do something British, and then you could literally, because Hot Fuzz I thought was amazing. I thought that was really well done. But at the same time, I think like, it's a long drawn-out series. I don't think you need 7.
No.
I think if someone else did a new one, I reckon like maybe 3, possibly 4 to push if there's enough to tell.
Oh man, that's it, man. He's the the bad guy in Flight the Navigator.
No.
It is,
I remember that sort of shit.
The guy from NASA.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
I love Flight of Navigator.
He doesn't have much in this though, does he?
Yeah.
So you've got to give him some.
Go ahead, man.
Sorry, go ahead, man.
No, it's alright. I forgot what I was going to say now.
I was going to say it's like sort of gives you a fast track of these up there.
No, because we don't need to see him all the time. We just need to like acknowledge that he is there, sort of thing.
This little kid as well. He looks like familiar.
He's
He's
from
been in
Windy Years.
stuff.
You know, Windy Years, the TV show. And
Yeah.
Back to the Future, one of our brothers Back to the Future or something. Little brother. Oh.
Can you imagine that now? If you asked a copper to let you in the window and he shoots the window out. But again, this shows you how it's going more stupider, like slapstick.
Yeah.
But then obviously, you know, I don't think there's many new actors coming into this except of the main players like Mauser and Proctor and the new Lestat and then the gang. But I don't think there's any recruits. I mean, there's a couple of partners which are almost forgettable except for the slumpy one Mahoney gets stuck with.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
Fuck.
That is ridiculous. Imagine that happening today. I don't know where the smoke's coming from.
People they shot it in the window. Like a grenade.
I remember this scene. Let's be honest with you, if we could do this, everyone would all be doing this sort of thing.
I'd throw your voice.
Hungry Diane. Where's my
Pointing
blouse?
people up.
I normally do it to Brittany when she's eating in a restaurant. I'll be like, and she'll be like, stop it. God, it's that over the, like, I mean, that's a total 80s thing, that, the jumper over the shoulders.
Yeah.
I was doing that this afternoon. Don't get straws like that anymore.
No.
Oh, here he is. He was cool, wasn't he, Steve Guttenberg?
He was for the 80s, yeah. I think he just, you know what I mean? We're talking about this every day, sort of just fizzled in the 90s.
So, like, 1980s beaches are always, like, look awesome, don't they? For some strange reason.
Yeah, like, honestly, the summer and all that, especially, like, stuff like Florida and Miami and stuff like that. But again, this has obviously been... It's set in... Well, it's not based in Canada. It's, I'm trying to think what's obviously... Is it meant to be set down in, Ruby Shop, there you go, and still rocking on the 18s.
So you can have one little bit of boob out in the 15.
We give old man, look at them.
I think I'd definitely seen the fourth one first, and then I watched the other ones afterwards. So obviously I didn't watch them in any order, I don't think, as a young person.
I would probably dedicate this episode to Shad, who's obviously unfortunately lost his life the last couple of days, and a beach incident saving his son, which I think it's in class that he did sacrifice himself to save his own son. But you just think going to the beach and you don't realise how dangerous that sea can be.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, when we went to, it was Spain, and we were in the sea, and to be honest with you, you can see it now. As kids, we didn't think twice about it. But my brother, he went quite far out, and you could see, like, from a distance, it was so easy that he would just get, like, drifted to the left, which is basically where all the rocks were. At the time, he was nowhere near them, but, like, as soon as he got to a certain level, everyone was shit hot on that, like,
Yeah.
right, get over here, get out, because it just takes nothing to go from A to B like that.
Oh, that police sign's been fixed.
Oh,
What happened
just me.
Fell off his bed, probably.
there? Are we back to making none of these noises again, Paul?
No, I was just checking to see how long I've got left for the English version.
So the 6 of the original, Donovan's not there, Martinez isn't there, Kim Cardell's not there. Was there anyone else missing?
Loads, I think.
Oh,
Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall, the lass with the boobs, she's missing.
You know what? I was thinking about her and I thought, what's your car logo? And I can't just say the last with the tit. Just about it.
What is that name anyway? I forgot the name in this film.
I think her real name's Leslie. Something good.
Now these quite have a bit of... Proctor always has a bit of bromance with his superior in a way.
Yeah. Well, it's like the idolising side of it, but you could totally see him maybe going a bit more romantic with it. So do you think because the first one did really well, right? So are we not getting a lot of the cast members back? Just sitting there thinking, right, we're going to stick with the more popular ones, or do you think these people just didn't want to come back to it? Or
I think maybe Kim Cattrall.
That do come back later on down the line.
Well, I think obviously Harris is in this, but he gets cut out the edit. I think the story doesn't warrant Leslie Easterbrook, I think that's her name actually, to come back.
That's the one it is, yeah.
Martinez, Martinez. He maybe's wanted a bit extra money, But obviously, he was just a little bit of a sex pest. He didn't really have much. Oh,
Yeah, he never got
shit.
training or anything, did he?
Yeah, he didn't. He was just the one. But they've got. I mean, I think they've got the recognisable cast back. I mean, Proctor. I don't think Proctor's in this one. I don't think he's in the third one. Or he is in the third one, but I don't think he's in anything till the sixth one.
No, he's in the sixth one.
Yeah, because he's the one who's has a late arrival.
With
But
Horace. He's with Horace all the time.
But you don't miss them though, do you? Because as you can see from the beginning of this film, you can see they've all been given different details, so it's not likely that they'll all be, you know, in the same precinct or anything like that. So I feel like even when I watched them as a kid, I never like kind of wondered where they were. I just assumed that they were at a different station or they were doing something else.
there's never any threat of them dying as well, is there? So it's kind of like
Nah.
you can watch them and like now it's like I've been saying this all the time, especially when I did the Tremors podcast, that as soon as Burt Gummers, like Michael Gloss's name came up on Tremors 6 and Michael Gloss, you instantly think he's going to get killed off because it's like a glorified cameo, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
See, the only, I think the one part to get up, it's a guy who gets Team Mahoney. I've seen him in, he is in the Stand TV show from the 90s.
Alright. Don't think I've seen it.
Oh God, Jack Givers it says, do a review for that. It was 6.5 hours long. Fuck me, I'm never watching that again. Yo!
Yo.
I think, a lot of it, they're all old in the background and then they're getting the new young recruits. I think they've played that off well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the extras in the back. Keep the main cast in front.
It might be that might be a thing though, because I tend to watch a show called The Rookie with Nathan Fillion. I've noticed that happens a lot. Like all the main characters who are rookies are all at the right front, and then all like the mentors and the ones higher up there are always at the back. I wonder if that's just a police thing.
Now this is a joke I didn't get as a kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say I always remember this more than anything else. And obviously every time it was on telly, it's always cut shreds.
Now I never thought that this kind of happened until I got a suit a couple of years ago, and like they just go in at you. They're like, like whoa, like no boundaries there, is there?
And they
Yeah,
don't ask
that
you exactly
just-
right, don't they?
Happen just at work because I get my costume changed all the time.
Aye.
Alright. What you gotta do, man? These things.
We sell for less.
It's just basically just a,
The 80s was definitely the era of neon colours, wasn't it, for signs?
Oh, absolutely. It was about how much you can stand at.
Imagine if it wasn't in a fucking balloon. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. That police sign on the side of the car looks stuck on.
probably was.
Merch.
With like a magnet and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably ready for like a prop shop.
So it does look like, it almost looks like the same town they've used from the original when they have the riot later on, you know what I mean? That's the sign of the time of the 80s, that.
Same colour tones and everything, yeah.
I think it's got a little bit more colour to it. It's definitely a lot like richer in colour.
Obviously, what was this 1981?
This has got to be like 86.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a year to be popular, and then a year to get one written.
85.
Again, though, that's very fast paced. You know what I mean? They've seen the opening week figures, and then maybe other people like Kim Cadell would have went straight on other stuff, because When was Mannequin?
85.
Was it?
85, 86. But the budget for this was 7.5 million. And it did 111.
This is class, this bit.
1987,
So
yes, on Mannequin.
Mannequin, right? So obviously that was, I mean that would have made sense because Kim Cattrall's in that, and so is G.W. Bailey, who plays Harris. So that would explain them being missing from this.
Yeah.
Now I don't think that's blue screen. I think that's generally happened.
What, blowing the car up?
Aye.
Yeah. It's interesting because apparently Bill Paxton was offered the role of Zed, but he turned it down because it would mean that he had to come into future sequels. So he ended up doing a small film called Aliens.
I've heard of that film.
I think it's like one of those sci-fi things.
Has anyone flossed in here before? And I don't mean to dance.
I've flossed before, not for me. Like, I mean, I should do, but I just guns right through us. Literally.
Dear oh dear.
Do you, Paul?
No. I've got that. I'll brush my teeth and I've got that mouthwash afterwards. That tastes like it's been at the dentist.
You don't meant to put mouthwash in your mouth after brushing your teeth, you know.
You know, oh no. Which will do pretty well.
No, you meant to like you wash your mouth out or whatever, like you spit and all that, but like mouthwash is mainly like just a top up before your next brushing. Because you wipe out all the way what the toothpaste has done. Now this guy's room. Now anyone know my ex-girlfriend? This is what I was dealing with on a basis, like.
Oh. That's why I used to come home to.
Oh, look at that poster! Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. Oh God, I've just lost my shit over that. Did you see that on his door?
Oh no, I'm too busy looking at him.
Well, it comes back. So he's got a Frankenstein. He's got a Frankenstein poster up there in the background.
Aye, I can see the Frankenstein. Oh bloody hell, yeah.
He's got the Three Stooges. There it is. There. Three Stooges poster, Godzilla poster. Oh, see, this is what I love about fucking old school films like this.
Oh.
That's what I was on about before. The giant claw, that's in the background.
Oh, you got a look on Monkey Shines.
I was going to say the monkey ate been in fucking everything, that monkey.
Mad things to say. I just need the
G on the wall.
just leave the door open in case the neighbours want to borrow something. Oh, Lou. It's Lou the dog. No, that is Sluggy's dog.
It is.
Aye.
Would you rather ride a bike or go in the car?
Oh, the car. I'm not a fan of riding on bikes. As a kid, everywhere my dad used to want to go, he always used to go on his bike. I don't know, it's just... Car's far better. I mean, what happens if you've got to arrest somebody? You can't exactly lasso them over the back of your wheel, can you?
Yeah.
True. I've been on 3 motorbikes in my life. Crashed all 3. So, you know, not for me.
You're a bit of a black horse, you like. We don't know much about you, do we? Horses, bikes.
Hi.
Oh, I mean, I just grew up in an era where when your mate had a moped, you got in a field. It's not official.
Right.
In fact, on one of them, it was like a day trip, and I was talking to my cousin yesterday about it because he's just talking about this type of era that we live in now. That I crashed this bike, completely wiped out, and I found myself. I mean, I must have reached at least 20 foot in the air before I came down, and I was lying there for a good 2 minutes before the instructors noticed. And I swear to God, the first aid I received was go and walk around the field for a little bit and see how you feel.
Yeah.
I say, imagine doing that in this day and age, bloody telling a kid that just falling off a bike, I just walked off, mate.
I thought you would have got a moped for work, like Carl, because you could just zoom down the road.
Nah, stick to penny farthings, mate. They're much safer.
Now, this is obviously a throw at his American football career.
Literally.
Yeah, aye.
Now, this stunt guy must get pulled by a massive winch because he just floors, but he gets stuck to the door.
And he hangs back down, doesn't he?
You're sort of like stuck there for a while. Again, though, the scheduling is a little bit different on this again, though, because like they're not all grouped together. They're all like set off in separate bits. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, oh God, finds the Mars bar on the boat. Or
It's only a few months. Oh, that was me a few weeks ago.
Do like a crunch like.
oh, sweet Chuck. God, he had really evil stare like coming forward, didn't he? I mean, not even him there. He's sort of like still rocking the 70s.
Aye.
Definitely like Shaft kind of like era.
Shut your mouth.
I love it how he notices. I mean, he took a lot in on that first glance to go back to hard stare like that, like. I mean, out of them two there, who's meant to be the veteran?
True. But yeah, but I think the kind of Costner has been a bit of a slob. He didn't really care, did he? I'm just looking here, and apparently Guttenberg almost didn't come back for the sequel. Turns out he wasn't pleased with the original script that was presented to him. So they did a lot of rewrites and give him more money, and he came back. How Hollywood works.
Well, I think as well. I don't think the Diner had came out yet, because he did Diner and then did Police Academy 2, and obviously Diners went on to be quite a cult following one because of the cast who was in it, like Kevin Bacon, Daniel Stern, and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But even looking back, and you can say a Police Academy 1's an ensemble cast. Steve Guttenberg is the front man for it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's his class arguing here. And Sweet Chuck just sticks his head in the safe. And Proctor, obviously, not Proctor, Feckler?
Like,
Techno.
God.
Fucking bear traps, shotguns, windows going out. I mean,
Only in America.
It goes all mental, doesn't it?
again though, it's like the people who are meant to be with him are the veterans are meant to be that, and then they just walk in, and she just walks in with a fucking automatic rifle. Like, what kind of logic is that?
I mean, you can tell they're not taking them very serious, aren't they?
That's it when Egon's in Ghostbusters, you know, with Slimer in the hotel, it just goes absolutely mental.
Yeah.
And Sweet Chuck just makes a dive out the window, so he's brave. Does he jump out the window? No.
The extras in the back there.
Now, is it Tackleberry who decks him here and breaks his arm? No, it's Hightower, isn't it?
Hightower.
That was definitely a stunt. It's two stunt guys. That's probably
I don't think he was big enough to be Hightower.
I don't think that was any form of stunt though. That I think he just generally lifted him off the floor. I don't.
Yeah.
He found any more reasons why other people didn't come back?
What was it like?
Nah, because there's a few bits and pieces, but nothing like that, really.
I'm learning French.
Jones wasn't even there, and Hooks wasn't even there. Seeing Jones's face because he has no idea what happened. That is just little details in the background. He's just like mouths wide open. Again, though, it's probably these speeches as well. He does really well. But see, that where's Fackler's partner? He's walked in with a shotgun like down the street.
I could say he never had anyone with him, did he?
Yeah.
Again, though, this is still in the era before RoboCop, because obviously when you see RoboCop and again like that, they're then just police departments of that era. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if you look at, I mean, I've never been in the police cells over here in England, but you go in and all hours are like, all like stone built. You know what I mean? Like old school schools. They haven't really updated most of like the police stations, especially around this area and stuff.
Yeah.
Now I bet this was a lot of fun.
Cool characters that big, isn't he? I love watching like 1980 films and stuff because you see all like they said the supermarkets and stuff used to have in them days.
Yeah.
You can actually walk with people and not have like be 2 feet across.
I mean, especially in this era, like who wouldn't want a fucking supermarket free just to go fucking crazy like supermarket sweep?
I was about to say that, yeah.
I could say you couldn't do that now, could you? Because a lot of supermarkets do like a lot of like kind of high tech like gadgets and everything now, don't they?
The problem with stuff like this now is it'll be brands. Like you've got Old Spice on there and Right Guard. You know what I mean? It'll be brands. This is the era where you could have Pepsi or Coke. Do you know what I mean? Everything's got to be cleared. I mean, there's a massive Coke display going on there. It's a great sponsor. I love the bit when the guy Sweet Chuck gets smacked with a fucking lettuce in a bit. But yeah, it's like Pac-Man's on a cereal bar and stuff like that.
Well, it's interesting because they were talking about how Los Angeles was much more expensive to shoot for this one. Obviously, like you said in the last one, obviously it was Canadian based, but the idea apparently was that the officials were actually really like on board and reasonable. It was all small towns like owners. So like obviously when they were using like street like shots and stuff like that, it was all the small businesses that were like kicking off saying they wanted money for site locations and that.
Yeah. Look at there, Paul. Film development in the background.
Looking at the stamps. The coupons.
Have you guys ever seen a film called Intruder?
Is that the horror one?
Yeah.
Is that a Sam Raimi one?
Sam Raimi's produced it, yeah. That's a really good...
Yeah,
it's a good film, that, because they just took over a closed down supermarket and made a slasher film, and it's great. It's on the 88 label.
Yeah.
Is it Bruce Campbell in it for 2 minutes or something?
Yeah.
Ted Raimi.
Must be. Raimi's brother was probably in it as well, was he?
He was, yeah.
Both Ted and Sam are in it. So is who's the guy who produced Pulp Fiction? Larry Lawrence. Lawrence Bender, he's in it as well, and obviously went on to produce Pulp Fiction. This is kind of similar to the conversation he has with Hightower in the first one about the driving thing. People go to Mahoney for leadership or a bit of like...
advice.
Because Tackleberry didn't really have any like... well, they're all come out the group together again, that's it. But he was kind of like a solo punch, wasn't he, in the first movie?
He was like a punchline. He was like he had his scene and then he disappeared for a bit. Didn't have a lot of dialogue.
Mahoney, I'm a virgin.
I that Mauser was only in this and number 3.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
He did come back to do the series as well, apparently.
I'll start cracking some heads.
Don't know why that just totally reminded me of like Maniac Cop.
Recruits. Again, Beverly Hills Cop. Another, like, again, this locker room scene reminds you of Beverly Hills Cop. Is Axel Foley in here?
Yeah. Are they still going forward with that? Wasn't they supposed to be doing like either a remake or a reboot?
I mean, Eddie Murphy's had quite a bit of traction. I think that one he had out, and obviously Welcome to America 2, Coming to America 2 is coming out later on this year. Beverly Hills Cop 4, it's been on the back burner for ages. They shot a pilot for the TV show, but it never got picked up.
So I reckon they're probably going to hang fire and see what happens with this Coming to America then. Because I know there has been a lot of talk about him going back to stand-up, which I'd be quite interested in, because I mean you think of Eddie Murphy, think of what his niche was, what he brought to the table. You're not going to be able to do that in this day and age, so no. I don't know if it's really a smart move. Definitely do some more films if you want, but I can't see him being successful on stage, not now.
Well, his last film came straight out of Netflix and was highly rated. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. Dolomite or whatever it was.
Yeah, they've got a lot of traction.
So Netflix might pick up. I mean, honest to God, I was expecting Eddie Murphy and Wesley Snipes to turn up in Bad Boys 3 because they did that weird crossover thing on set, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they all met up on the behind the scenes.
Bad Boys 3's out next week.
Well, I know I've got the Zavi Steelbook, I think. Can
you not swear on my podcast, please, mate?
I do apologise. I think actually, Mason, I think you should put a bleep in every time the word Zavi gets mentioned on your podcast.
Well, fuck that. Be on for fucking ages.
I'm going to say I would be a dick. I would be saying it every 5 minutes.
I want to get a look at this guy. He's looking at a wrestling magazine. I love it how it's got a cinder block.
Tell you what came out today from the website that must not be named. They've done a line of Jurassic Park clothing. It's really weird though, because there's some really nice design, but a lot of the fonts they've used for the title looks very 80s rock. They haven't used the original Jurassic Park logo. And it's a bizarre. I mean, they don't look bad. They just look. It's an unusual way to go, like
festival ones or something, aren't they?
Yeah, they probably look like Metallica kind of style writing.
I think with that lovely company there, I think that recently they've been picking a lot of stuff up off unknown artists. Like the guy who did the Jaws print, he only has like something like 700 followers on Instagram, and obviously they did that art print, so I can't see him getting much money from it. You know what I mean? So maybe it's just like a very, you know what I mean? They've probably got the license almost for free.
Yeah, I'd imagine maybe it's like a bidding thing, isn't it? He probably like puts his name out for like several different companies, and then it's whoever wants them the most, and they probably get the ones that don't normally get the traction, or the less well-known people.
So they've got cans of Pepsi in front of them. We had a Coke display before, so it's really before the soda war.
Yeah.
And Mahoney's a blackface.
Don't be racist, Paul. He's literally sitting next to a black man.
I know, I was just about to say.
Now this is quite a funny skit. And
I always remember this, yeah.
The fact that, you know, he actually went fully naked for it as well.
Yeah.
It's just done really well as a skit, though. Especially the mixing of the music.
Yeah. See, you say that, like the fact that he goes all out and actually goes in fully naked. I mean, like I say, it's just such a sensitive thing to do these days. I know I always remember Chris Pratt did it on what would you call it? That TV show he was on.
Office.
Oh no, Park and Recreation.
Oh, you can
Basically, there's a scene where she opens the door, Amy Poehler opens the door, and like they do it like several times, they can't get it right. So Chris Pratt, as a Joe, decided to go completely naked and not wear the sock. And of course, everyone thought it hilarious. You can actually find it on YouTube. But it turned out like he was on, I don't know if it was an interview or something like that, but he started talking about saying how he got a letter off the production team saying like basically this is a severe slap on the wrist. There could have been someone on set that could have been quite offended by it and that. And it was really funny because the way he talked about it, he's like, and they definitely told me never to tell the public that I received this letter. And he just goes full on, like outing them for like pretty much shaming them for doing it. Like, it's just a laugh.
I mean, I love how much they've like put that, like, give him the spikes of his wig and all that. I mean, his hair is not that long, especially if it's sticking out the side. I think it's a bit overkill there, but Proctor. I remember being in school with somebody who Pritt stick the hand together and spent the whole lesson holding it tight and then couldn't get a part and he had to go to fucking hospital.
Fuck no.
Wasn't you, was it?
No, it wasn't me.
I'll tell you what I did do once. Did you ever do that trick? Now obviously normal people would do something daft like paint, but where if you put something on the, like, you basically in this case put a paintbrush near someone's temple, but then tap them on the shoulder so that when they turn their head it like kind of rubs on the face. You used to be like a dickhead like that. And, well, of course I did it with a paintbrush. I'd been sitting in PVA glue. And like this lad, I don't know how he did it, but he seemed to like lunge forward as he turned, so completely missed the temple and went directly in his eye. I just remember like him in the classroom, it was like an art room, and he just like sort of scrubbing his eye, going, "I can feel it setting, it's setting." And literally the teacher could not give a fuck. I swear, I'm panicking, he's panicking. The teacher's like, yeah, just give it a wash, you'll be fine. And I was like, okay, my bad, mate. Next time we'll try paint.
Oh, this is awesome. I remember it. It's been a while since I've seen this one and the third one.
This is probably why he hated this, you know, like, oh yeah, you're going to have to be spray painting, and it's probably that night where he went home and tried to get the fucking thing off.
Because he doesn't have much to do in the other ones, does he?
He's not in anymore.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting confused, sorry. I am watching on YouTube in French, sorry. It's hard to watch.
No, he's the guy from Triton the Navigator, and that's it.
Yeah, sorry, man, yeah, I thought it was the other guy.
I mean, this totally reminds me of Streets of Rage.
Yeah. That fucking wig, man. It's like a Lego head.
Is it this one that do the eyebrows as well, or is that the next one? No, it must be this one.
Nah, I don't know.
There's been a
The
thing
thing
that's
is,
put me off.
so far, I'm watching this and I'm like, it seems to be snippets. I just remember like the glue in the hair scene and him getting spray paint. I remember all these, but it's just like after a while, I think they blend together. Been that many years since I've watched any of them.
Looks like Robocop when he got spray painted in the second one. Dead or alive.
disappointment meeting him, like Peter Weller. Very, I mean, it may have just been a bad day, like, he was very grouchy. And I remember when I asked the handler, because they were very, like, on his section, they were very strict with the photographs and everything. And I don't often agree. I think if the people are set up to do, like, a proper photo shoot, they sometimes don't bother, depending on the person, unless you kind of feel a vibe. And his handler was, like, standing next to us, said, I don't want to photograph with him, but can I photograph him signing the box set? And the guy was like, yeah, that's totally fine, no worries. So obviously when it got to the point of getting to sign it, I barely had my phone in my hand, and he probably like, no, don't do that, we don't do photographs here, like Peter Weller. And I was like, alright mate, I don't want to photograph with you, I just wanted you, and I barely got that, and he just cut us off completely. That if you want an authenticity, I'll sign a piece of paper here, but that's an extra £5. I was like, oh man, that's not what I'm wanting.
That guy there, who's in the hood of the car, he's been in loads.
I can't see his face.
He has been in loads. He is in Speed. He is in Jurassic Park Lost World. He's just an extra who's in loads.
Before Taco Barry was one of the girls' hand, was a guy trying to sell him the VCR. I mean, give him the VCR.
Hey, that's my greengrocer. Now, this is a pretty fucking high fence he clears. But again, Jones known karate.
Clever head at that man.
Okay, so that definitely isn't him, like.
Like, Jones, obviously, he wasn't a karate guy in the first one, do you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah. I could say in one of the films, did he not actually have like a full-on karate outfit on it?
Yeah.
It's 6-1, I think. I don't know. I can't remember now.
But I think this is the skit. I think this is one of his skits, though, you know, the whole dubbed voice thing.
Yeah. Oh, they've definitely looked at his resume and said, right, how do we elevate what he'd already done? In the first one, that is.
I wonder what that sounds like in French.
Yeah.
Bad. Actually, it's just a spice normally. Well, the bit where he's doing wah.
Yeah,
Never
that's...
understood that move. You can never get that much fucking. You can't hit someone that hard if you throw your fist backwards like that.
I mean, that's definitely not him up there, but... Looks like more like Richard Pryor up there.
Every year, after you've done your Christmas presents, you gotta fight with the tubes.
It's true.
Oh, sweet Chuck. The punch is class.
This is like an old four of them, isn't it?
I think so.
Just in a joke, innit? But this sets off the riot, though. This is... I mean, again, it's moved quite fast, this movie. We're approaching the hour mark, and...
Uh-huh.
Well, hold on, we've actually surpassed the hour.
We've passed the hour.
Haven't been cut off. Interesting.
Yet. Someone did join late, Paul Ray.
Alright.
Yeah, maybe so.
Makes a change for me. 56 minutes on mine.
After your fiasco yesterday. I love it how the joke there is how Proctor knows where the Blue Oyster Bar is.
Yeah.
Full on ride going down. But again though, this now that the bar is there, this means obviously it is just set in the vicinity of the original, you know what I mean? It's a town, but it's not a town miles away, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
cool sound effect that.
What, you farting?
No, that was me. I was just moving my leg.
And you farted.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I'll get his back. So that hour mark happens. Let's have a look. I just jinxed it, didn't we? I love how the old eye up high tower here.
Oh, they're liking him. You're a whole lot of man. That's very Robocop, that.
It is.
I mean, Robocop, isn't it all shot in Dallas?
I think so, yeah.
But it's made to look like Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, see, as soon as you say Dallas, I think Detroit. And it wasn't really there.
Hooks hasn't had much in this so far, like, has she?
Nah, she's been very much behind the scenes, really. I think she's done, like, in Chandler, the video. I suppose there's not a lot you can do with that sort of scene.
But again, going back to the partners they're assigned with, everyone else has seemed to have ditched their partner they were set up with, except for Mahoney.
I wonder if that's like one of those things where, like, you know, when they're getting like feedback and like people have said, oh, he's like really funny, but nobody else got a mention, so they've just kind of let him hang around. But then Taco Bell, he's gone missing for a while, hasn't he? Him and his laugh.
Well, again, no, I think it's quite smart though, that because they'll be out on the bike, so they're doing a different kind of patrol.
Yeah.
You're right about that fucking wig, man. It's like a Lego head.
Yeah, totally. Oh.
It's good effect though, isn't it? Just being a magnet in it.
The sock being stuck to the locker. Just a magnet. Whoosh. Do, 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 do. I mean, he looks like he's borrowed Fackler's fucking top each stole from the first movie.
Look like Nick Pee Wee Herman's outfit.
Oh. Dude,
That was like a nerf like that, though, isn't it? Like any film, if you think of like this era, that was like the nurse that was always like heavy stacked.
Yeah.
I was thinking like the rough one.
Cavity search. Huh.
You'll be due this shortly, Paul, are you?
Probably. I am 40 next year, so.
Yeah.
In fact, when I was hoping I'm going to go get full MOT check.
It might be wise, like.
Oh yeah, baby. Love to lose you.
Hello, pretty.
You just sound like you're just gonna. Yeah.
Now, it doesn't introduce her family to the next one, or is it in this one?
It's the next one.
That's the next one I had to say.
No, the fourth. Is it the fourth one? No, the next one.
No, fourth one.
The brother joins, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have fights all the time.
I was going to say they don't have much more time for like a second date by the length of this movie.
I'm going to say, considering it's like nearly an hour in, and obviously they've clearly like built a dynamic between the two of them. I suppose it's hard because you've got all these different characters. You've got to give everyone a bit of screen time. It's going to be difficult to do that while keeping the narrative moving.
Well, again, though, I mean, it's kind of like there isn't really. I mean, this one's very much like the first one, where the overall plot, like there's a riot and there's a street gang. Yeah, it's filtered in. Like the gang could be maybe classed as one character, and then at the end, it's like taking everyone down, like they did in the first one. You know, like the riot. If she said that to me like that, I would be like, okay, goodbye. So much a scary delivery.
It's passion, man.
I mean, check out the television she's got going there. Oh, she's got one of them pull-down beds, hasn't she?
You think of that, though, I always think of Roger Rabbit.
Or Catwoman, or...
Please!
Look at the telly man in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, Tackleberry. Bang! But even though I think she's only around for the next one, and I don't even think she's back in the one after that, is she?
No. But I feel like, obviously, the whole idea, like, maybe doing the whole citizens on patrol, it gave them an excuse to kind of do a lot more, like, not recast them, but add a lot more different characters into it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're trying to keep it fresh.
Tackleberry has had quite a lot in this one.
Yeah.
That would put
Have
me
you ever been to a restaurant like that?
No,
Yeah,
never
I have.
There's a nice one in Newcastle.
I remember being in Hong Kong, and I went in for some food, and it was just so busy. And they were like, there you go. And I was like, what the fuck? I've just ordered it, and I finished it, and just keep, there's your check. And I was like, fucking hell. Because you just gotta get out, you know? It's just so fast.
I like the only one, Laos 101 or something like that. And
Laos 101.
yeah, God, I miss that face.
The funny thing is, though, the number 2 one, that was obviously a lot bigger, a little bit more fancier, but I still preferred the one at the Chinatown. Like,
Yeah.
it was so, like, from a greasy spoon, cat bit, you know,
Yeah.
can't beat it.
Totally agree with you there, like.
But, nah, there's a one in Newcastle that does stuff like this, and it's really quite nice. Although I did not catch the egg in the hat. I did do that.
Imagine if Casper went there where he's playing rice and he's fucking grated ham.
Ham.
I was talking to him before this podcast, and I was just checking in with him, making sure he was alright now. He's like, oh yeah, I've just had a barbecue, and I was like, fuck me. He's like, what's the matter? So, like, coming from somebody who just has plain rice and plain ham, like, what are you going to cook on a barbecue? I was like, well, a homemade burger.
Yeah. Has he been playing Jane, like, is he?
That's why he's got no pixelation in his body. He has no colour in fucking...
Oh, the poor fish.
Yeah, a couple of seconds ahead, though, yeah.
That makes change, yeah. It's because I've got another version of it.
Got the French version. There's probably enough scene cut out.
No. I've got another version.
Now that fish is definitely dead. That one.
Absolutely. try a blowfish?
No.
Excuse me?
Like
It's such a weird thing that I feel like I would probably like be so tempted, but I don't know if I would actually be able to be like brave enough to eat it. Do you know about it, Paul?
Is it when they get eaten and you die?
Well, it's basically, well, no, I mean, if it's cooked, like, it's got to be cooked to, like, perfection. If it's not done, like, absolutely right, it will kill you.
Yeah.
that's just not good for me. I've got no interest in that. Like,
I think it's just, like, the forbiddenness of it. It's like, well, I'd love to say I've tried it, and it was nice.
are you talking about Bodcat? Because he hasn't even turned up yet.
I was going to say, Paul, you're a little ahead there, mate.
One of the funniest things about Bobcat was when his daughter was like, "Daddy, somebody's on Facebook posing like you trying to get sex," and he was just like, "Good luck to them."
But it's just, it's like, this is what I love about this type of, like, kind of actor. Like, he went in and put that voice on. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he thought, this is what this character should sound like.
Well, again, he's like when casting for some new characters, he's one they've actually gotten. So is like Sweet Chuck.
Yeah.
They work well together, though, don't they?
Well, I don't know about Sweet Chuck, but with Zed, apparently his was supposed to be a throwaway scene. But apparently the feedback was so good on him that they actually wrote a lot more lines for him. I imagine that was eventually why he ended up being in Citizen Patrol.
He's
Is
awesome.
he in the third one?
Yeah, he's in the third.
Oh, is he in the third one, is he?
He's in the third and fourth. Yeah.
Is he in the third one?
Yeah, because him and Sweet Chuck joined the police academy.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Citizen Patrol, isn't it?
Yes, Citizen Patrol.
It's not,
the third
man.
one?
No, it's not, man.
The third one. The third one's a military one.
Third one's back in
Aye.
training. It's the new recruits versus the other academy.
Yeah, the military one.
Aye.
It's not new recruits. No.
Back in trainings.
Check for it.
Back in trainings when Zed and Sweet Chuck and some of the newer ones join.
Oh yes, you're right.
And,
Because. No.
I'm
Yes,
gonna admit defeat and just assume you're right, Mason, because I can't remember. I actually thought Zed didn't come back until the fourth one because it was Citizen Patrol.
No, he's in it because Citizens Patrol's the one where Tony Hawk and David Spade's in it.
Aye, oh yeah. Here's what I mean, like at this point now, it's been so long since I've seen any of these, I always get them all just meld together.
Well, that's it. Again, it goes back to when you seen them as a kid, going back to like the availability of them, because not every video shop back in the day had all 7 of these movies in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well this is it, yeah.
Just trying to track down that, because as soon as I tell you this guy's name, I want you guys to have a look at him on IMDb. But obviously,
No, I can't.
well, Carl will know, like, because it's the guy who basically, he's like Ali Long when you've seen him in loads of movies.
Right. Hello?
Hiya.
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry, everyone went quiet. I thought I was falling asleep there.
No, I'm having a peek.
Right.
I can't find his name. What else have I seen him in? Nowhere to Run. Paul, are you down on porn again?
I cannot. I'm usually before the this.
Oh, they changed the artwork for Nowhere to Run on IMDb.
Who was it
Well,
who mentioned the name changing on Detox? On on the good
Oh,
page.
to be honest with you, I think that's a better name for the movie, but it's a bit late now. I mean,
Because you're not selling any, are you?
I like that movie.
One I don't know anything about. I mean, I know I've seen it because I kind of remember it, but I don't remember like the details.
It's a weird one because it's from the. It's not from the writer of Scream or something.
Yeah, I think so. I was looking online the other day to see if I had remembered it. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot Kit's dressed up as a thingy, isn't it? The plan.
Yeah.
Looks good in HD actually.
Yeah. Jughead.
Basically like Michael Jackson top one. Right, because gangs in that big, weren't they, in the 80s, and it? Like Warriors and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Carl, can you have a look at this guy? He's called
What's his name?
Thomas R.O. Sales.
Sales.
Oil worker from Tremors 2 as well at the start of the movie.
I was literally just about to say it. I think that's a Tremors 2 picture that just popped up.
Right, click on his pictures because obviously it's an old picture of him now, and like just have a peek along.
Official photos.
He's in Vampires. Heat.
30 on Pirates of the Caribbean.
You'll recognise him as soon as you see him.
Just having a look here.
He's been in fucking loads of films, like.
Oh, bloody hell, I know
You know what I'm on about? He's in loads of films in the 80s and stuff.
Yeah. But he's just got that role, hasn't he? He's got that face, you know, with like, say, the thug or something like that, but I love that screenshot they've used of Tremors 2.
Oh, I am completely out of ammo.
He clearly just stood inside the model, hasn't he?
Anyway, back to the film.
Well, you know, we're trying to make these podcasts a bit more, you know, like, oh my god, that guy.
Yeah. Topical, yeah. I like how he's just kicking up the arse, like.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, and back in the day when cars just blew up and smoke and all sorts.
Yeah.
No, like worry about like a bullet fucking recalling. Oh no, he's the family. He's the family now,
aye.
aye.
He's in the family now, aye.
Isn't it? It's the mum from the Gremlins, isn't it? No, it's not. It's the neighbour. It's Mrs.
The neighbour, aye.
Futterman.
Futterman, aye. Who they definitely get killed in the first Gremlins.
It's only driving the thingy through the house.
Yeah, and it's on them screaming just as it's about to go and hit them in the face. I mean, they're definitely dead.
So it's a crazy family, isn't it? They'll just punch each other and have fights.
Yeah.
Proper like. Dzz. I love how she's laughing her head off.
It's interesting though because it's taken like Tackleberry, which is by far out of all the police cast the crazier one, and yet they put him in a position where he's like worried, and he's like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
I mean, I tell you, who hasn't had much to do in this movie so far is Hightower. Not much. Do you know, Hightower and Hooks have almost took a back burner.
Yeah.
I mean, Jones never really has any character development other than becomes the karate guy and the voice, but he has no like relationships. I mean, Tackleberry goes off to have a relationship. Mahoney's the hound dog of every film. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he's been bugging me all the way through the film. I finally figured it out. Mahoney's veteran. He just literally, it's if you ordered Chris Penn from Wish. That's all I see when I see him. I just see like a really poor version of Chris Penn. I look like that wire man.
And all the technology they're using.
The microphone head, man, it's his class.
Proper 80s, that like, isn't it?
And now we've got our phones listening to us all the time, so who needs fucking... Are you wired? No, get rid of your phone. For fuck's sake, man. Don't make us download me Simpsons again.
That monkey keeps us in the background, a monkey shine one. No freaky little things, weren't there?
Oh,
The old zoo, not the new zoo, the old zoo. But you join a gang, Paul?
Yeah, these days I would. That'll be me, like, me escapism from the world.
do you want to be in my gang?
No, not that gang. Not that gang.
No, I thought you were the founder.
The old zoo, not the new zoo, the old zoo. Capitalisation on fucking lost fucking... You know, stuff now just gets bought and flat packed and new houses built on it now, but... That was totally a different angle of the same shot.
This picture reminds you of like the gangs and stuff, and the secret hideout kind of reminds of Dragnet.
Yeah, same. Yeah, but again, it's that kind of... That was the thing though, wasn't it? It was like coming off the gangs of the 70s and stuff, like what inspired Warriors and stuff.
Punks.
I mean, to me as well, I know Carl, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know about Paul, but obviously the Gill Caves. That's what I remember as a kid. Like,
Yeah,
there's a gang in here.
Say, like, we had the odd thing like that, but I mean, you'd never find anything like this around in this country.
It's like hanging out near Flamingo Land, isn't it? And Flamingo Land being shut down for ages.
Yeah.
It reminds of the Lost Boys.
Aye, cave sets. I love it how he's sitting though there in a car watching a fucking movie.
Oh, look at where we have picture TV. So it'd be a front projection TV. Look at that, man. I'm surprised Mason hasn't got something like this in his room. If he had a room.
What, a fucking car?
In front of a car and a massive screen.
Well, I've got a car. I can go and sit and watch a film on my phone if I wanted to, but
That's true.
I could probably fit me mini in this room. Like, it's that small.
It'll take us 7 hours. It'll take like 7 days to move all your stuff out.
Well, you know fine well when I'm ready to move house, you've already volunteered, mate. You know what I mean?
Well, I've got to be able to do these days. see what I can grab for free.
I was going to say, just say, take payment.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about American TVs, though, that, like, kind of, when you turn them on, that they kind of, like, shut down in, like, almost like a shrinking stage?
Oh, like a
They
boom.
Yeah.
And that was
Because it's never happened. Has TV ever done that?
I think all
Is that
tellies
what
did
managed
them,
to
like.
do?
I remember
the
as,
CRT ones that.
because as a kid, I remember the television. You could push the remote in and push it out, and it would come out. So where was the remote? It was in the telly, and you know what I mean. When you weren't using it, you put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a video player from Major Rentals. Yeah. It was like a second-hand one, reserved one. And it was 99 quid. It was the best thing in the world. But the control was wired from the video player. So
Really?
I'm sitting in my bed, and my control was wired to the video player. It was crazy. So it wasn't that remote control, was it?
I mean, there's no like worse than like. I mean, there's been a couple of nights where I've been that frustrated trying to find the remote for the bed. Like it's just fucking disappeared. But like fucking Sky had it kind of like going well. And I got my Sky installed, and the guy was like, "Oh, wait, it's voice activated now, and it doesn't recognise my voice." Sorry, please say that again. Like Netflix. Sorry, I don't understand you. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Now she actually punches him for real here.
Yeah, I remember reading this here. Yeah. But I don't think we're really there with voice recognition and stuff like that. I mean, it works to a certain extent. But I remember the other day, I mean, don't get me wrong, with the height of laziness, but I just really couldn't be bothered to type a message out. So, for a laugh, I just decided to press the record button and then just speak it. And not, I mean, like I say, if it was like 50 words on the screen, I think about 3 or 4 of them were actually the words I said.
Right.
But maybe that's just the Northeast lingo. Didn't understand.
Probably not.
Who, man? What time are you going to be here?
I've been asked a few times while I've been away, where are you from? What language is that? English. And they look at you going, what?
No.
It's we speak too fast.
It's when you find people, I mean, most Southerners and anything else, but when you find like most like Brits tend to get mistaken for being Australian in other countries now. Baffling, but happens. But you get the odd one coming to work. Yeah, mate, can you say something funnier in the northern language? And then nah.
Captain Mauser, eh?
Cool, had a knife. There you go, hands on your ass.
To go over the top.
No, that's still on.
Oh god, I watched that. It was about a year ago on DVD, and it's probably the worst DVD I own, like transferred from VHS era. It is so bad, like quality. I was like, fuck.
It's out on Blu-ray, like, but I've never really, never been in a rush to get it. Like, it's strange though, could like lock up. Not exactly the best Stallone film, but I love it. And it's just like, as soon as it came out on Blu-ray, it's like, I've got to buy that.
I got Trapped in Paradise came today in the post.
Oh yeah?
Nicky Cage.
Good old Nick Cage. I mean, what a night, mate.
Again though, it's not really. You get to this and it's not like a massive war or a takedown or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's.
You don't see Zed as a bad guy, yeah.
Nah, not really.
Like Danger.
He goes flying down. Bungee jump, like that to me, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. It's coming.
Not really long films, are they?
No.
I could say. I think it works in the favour though. Didn't want it to be any longer than an hour and a half. Oh yeah, yeah.
They go flying off. There's someone over wearing another Sid the Sexist, Sid the Sexist, Sex Pistols t-shirt.
Yes, yeah.
But he never came back for another one.
Nah, like I said, I think it feels like he might have been the standout of all the mentors, but I don't know, like he seemed to have like a stronger start. But like by, I would say, the second act, he was just pretty much hanging around.
Well, he was going to be with Mahoney, you know what I mean? That's when, the rest of them are going to have their spot in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, again, Tackleberry's new girlfriend, she's one, but Tackleberry's not even in this, is he? The end bit.
No, he's too busy shacking up with his lass. Poor Zed.
That didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. Don't move, dirtbag.
Is that some amazing who we have like those things you have tics and stuff like that, like Tourette's kind of thing?
Tourette's and that.
Well, he was he's based off the guy from Wacky Catch the Pigeon, wasn't he?
Dick Dastardly.
No, man. The one with that one.
Alright. I that's exactly, yeah.
But he's went on to direct a lot more, he's directed a lot of movies the last couple of years.
Oh, he strikes me as someone who'd actually probably like way smarter in the industry than what anyone else would ever think. Just purely based on like what you said earlier on, like people actually thought he sounded like that. Must have been a hard thing to like get over.
Yeah, he's when he directed stuff like Willow Creek and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if you look closely, Harris is in this. Let's see if I can spot him.
It's unusual because that's a very English-looking like church. You don't see that sort of thing in America.
Yeah. All the rage as well, the massive fucking Jeeps as well, that was the 80s. I just want to try and point out there.
I know I've got trying to spot Harris now, but...
That's Harris there. He's back to the camera. Grey jacket.
Oh, was it?
Aye. That is literally, he got cut from the film.
I always feel bad, but then I think, well, he probably got paid him anyway because he was on screen, wasn't he? So.
Yeah, that's it's Harris there, randomly. But again, it would have made sense to have Lesterbrook there as well, and just them going Tackleberry. That's all it would have needed to be.
Yeah.
But he's completely, he's not in any shot. Hooks is totally wasted. You're looking for the grey jacket and grey hair. That's, I mean, again, it's because he's got his grey hair as well. Obviously, it's almost just like visiting the set.
Now, have you noticed that they've used the Police Academy font here now, but it wasn't used at the beginning?
Yeah, it's more of a chunkier font,
blue,
yeah.
But it was a different font altogether. That's weird.
So this has been Police Academy 2, their first assignment. I've been with Paul, Ray and Carl, also known as Lubo. And we're going to say bye for now. Thanks for listening. And we're going to go straight into Police Academy 3, Back in Training. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now.